Hello. Today we're going to be talking about the intervals of increasing and decreasing for the function f of x equals x over x squared plus 1. Now, the first thing that we need to do in order to find the intervals of increasing and decreasing for this function is to find its critical numbers. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the derivative of f. Now, this is a quotient, so we need to use the quotient rule. So that would be low x squared plus 1 times the derivative of high, which is 1, minus high times the derivative of the low, which is 2x, all over low squared. So that's x squared plus 1 squared. Now we're going to continue on. This is going to be x squared plus 1 minus 2x squared, again, all over x squared plus 1 squared. Combining like terms, I get 1 minus x squared over x squared plus 1 squared. So now that I have my derivative, I'm going to first identify when does this equal 0. So we're going to solve f prime of x equals 0. Now that's the same as setting the numerator equal to 0. We want to know, when does the numerator equal 0? Well, that's going to happen when x equals plus or minus 1. The next thing we'll want to consider is, when does f prime of x, f prime of x does not exist? Well, the derivative will not exist when the denominator equals 0. But we note x squared plus 1 will never equal 0. So that means that the only critical numbers that we have for the original function is plus or minus 1. So I'm going to put plus or minus 1 on the real number line. There's -1 and there's 1. And we're going to test values into the derivative to determine whether the derivative is negative or positive on each one of these intervals. That will help us determine where is this function increasing or decreasing. Now remember, the derivative, f prime of x, equals 1 minus x squared over x squared plus 1 squared. So I'm going to test points into this function. If it is negative on this left interval, then it's negative everywhere. If it's positive on this interval, it is positive everywhere on that interval. So let's look at f prime of 2. Sorry, negative 2. That's going to be 1 minus negative 2 squared over negative 2 squared plus 1 squared, which is going to be a negative over a positive, which makes this negative. So the function is decreasing on this interval. Next, we want to try f prime of 0, because 0 is between -1 and 1. So that's going to be 1 minus 0 over 0 plus 1 squared, which gives me a positive over a positive, which makes this positive. So that means the function is increasing on this interval. And then lastly, we test f prime of 2. That's going to be 1 minus 2 squared over 2 squared plus 1 squared, which gives me a negative over a positive, which gives me a negative. So that means this function is decreasing on this interval. So the conclusion we make from this is that this function here is decreasing from -infinity to -1 and decreasing from 1 to infinity. This function is increasing from -1 to 1.